Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFL Fantasy Fanatics video on the channel. Round 15 is done and we've only got one more bye week to go. 4 of the mid-season byes are in the books and we've got one more to go. I've just finished having a couple of Jack Daniels shots. So if you haven't checked out our pod from last night, make sure you do. Long story short, we had a $50 super chat. I'll do a shot. We had two $50 super chats, so I did 2 shots. One at the start, one at the end. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do. I think I handled it pretty well. But let me know in the comments how you guys think I handled those 2 shots. I'd be really keen to know if you guys thought I handled it. Because I thought I handled it pretty well. If someone doesn't drink a lot, or drink at all really, I thought I handled it all right. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought and how I went. Round 15, we'll get back onto the footy. 19-16, not a bad week. Not a bad week at all. My best week for probably a little bit. I'm constantly been outside top 15k in a lot of rounds. But round rank of 5329 with the 19-16 score. Moved up 1,544 spots up to 8,134. So would have been nice to go inside top 8k. Just fell just short of that, but that is fine. At least we made ground. Obviously, in all, the 4 weeks of the byes, we've made ground. And I'm not as heavy as what I've seen other people for this week. So I'm hopeful that I can make another jump this week. And if I could be inside top 7k through the byes, I'd be pretty happy. Obviously, any more than that is a bonus. But yeah, hopefully top 7,500, top 7,000 would be really nice somewhere in that vicinity. So team value's looking a bit better as well. It's been quite low all year, but slowly churning over. We're pretty much almost at 24 mil, which is obviously with a lot of the good coaches are. A lot of good coaches are up at near 25 now as well. But at least we're getting some cash gen going, which is nice. Plus and minus 3 for the week. I gave my +3 to Bont on the pod, but that was obviously because another man that I brought in this week who would have been my +3, which was Luke Jackson on debut for a 144. I partly wish I went the VC on him on debut, which would have been nice, but all in all, 144 points on debut. I'm very, very happy with that. Considering I went Shea Bolton to him, 91 points I got from that trade. I was very, very happy with that. Decided to be a little bit more aggressive and trade a couple of these middling players that aren't top in the line and that pay dividends. So that could be something I'll do again this week. But no, very, very happy with Luke Jackson and his debut. But obviously shout out to Bont, who I gave the +3 on the pod with a 120 as captain. Made up for that poor score a little bit last week. So pretty happy with that. -3, I gave mine on the pod to... who did I give it to? I gave it to... Was it Zach Johnson I gave it to in the end? I'm pretty sure I gave it to Zach Johnson in the end, but I would have given it to Miles Bergman, unfortunately, with a 52. Obviously was sick and from what we're hearing anyway, and had a sore shoulder, so not a great score from him. So disappointing that he couldn't put up a good score. I gave it to Chad Warner, on the pod, just because he hasn't been great since getting him in. But Bergman would be my -3. Clearly my lowest premium. I had the 19 this week, so thankfully his score was the one that didn't count. Every other premium did count. So I think... Actually, no, sorry. Chad Warner's didn't count because the 84 from Lohman covered that. So I think it was just the 71 from Holmes was the one that counted, so it was disappointing. But yeah, Bergman to 52, disappointing. He might be on the chopping block potentially this week if I want to get aggressive with some moves. So, yep, not great from him. Let's go through the other... Oh, bloody hell, the Jack Daniels shots are sort of taking it to stop at the moment. Let's go through the other players' scores from the round. So Connor Rozee, his first score below 80 for the season with a 79. Disappointing against Sydney. Copped the James Jordan take for the first half and just didn't really get going other than that. So poor score, but he's forgiven. He's still one of the best defenders going around. So he is someone that I'll be holding for sure. Nasai Wanganeen-Miller, absolute gun. 125. He's now gone over 115, I think, in 3 of his last 4 or all of his last 4. In his last 4 games over 117, 134, 117, 128, 125. He's an absolute beast. I know that I referenced this, and me and DC, when we chatted about him v Sinclair head-to-head series pre-season, we probably both said that he could go 105. I don't think either of us thought he would be going at 109. He's taking his game to a completely new level, getting it done. And the thing that he was, I guess the knock on him from a fantasy point of view last year was that he didn't have those 120s, 130s. But the fact that he's done his last 4 have been over 117 and 3 of those scores over 125. Had a 131 early in the year, a couple of 110s, just getting it done. he's just an absolute gun. Simple as that. So very, very happy to have him in the team and trading him in a while ago. Max Holmes, 71. That was disappointing. Copped a bit of an ankle knock. I think it was in the third or fourth quarter. Sat out a little bit of the quarters. And the fact is with him, he has not had a score in the 90s this year. He has either gone sub 90 or over 100. Over 105, actually. It's either been over 105 or sub 90. Actually, hang on. So 77, 68, 73, 65, 79, 83. Yeah, so besides the 83, he's gone under 80 in all the other sub games, but every other game he's gone over 105. So really interesting. He hasn't got that sort of higher floor. He's got the bye this week. Then he goes into Richmond. So I'm holding. I think he'll be fine. But yeah, obviously just a low score from him. Harry Sheezel, 116. Absolutely fantastic. Just getting it done once again. That's now 3 scores in a row over 115, even in this role. A bit of deja vu from last year, where people traded him out. He went more forward, but he just got the job done. He had 1 poor score, but then after that was good. Same thing this year. 1 poor score, then his bye. I could understand why people jumped off. I looked at it as well. And thankfully I held, but a few people did jump off. So he is looking very, very good there. And I still think he's a good option if you haven't got him. Obviously took Angus Clark 66, and with some DPP, I took Clark's score over Foss's because I had Hasty, thankfully, with the red dot there. But yeah, Kai McKerchin, 99. Pretty happy with that. Obviously priced where he is, like 85 and 99 in his last 2, I'm pretty happy with. Obviously, yes, I would love a few extra marks, and I would love, his kicking's great. He kicks the ball more than he handballs. Kicked a couple of goals there as well. I had 3 tags, which is nice as well. If he had 4 or 5 marks, I'd be very, very happy. That's a 110. Go a couple of free kicks away. I think there is definitely scope for him to improve his marking. He's only taken 4 marks in his last 3 games since being at half back. I just think there will be games where they'll look for him more with these +6s. There's been games where he's had 3-4 marks where they've been called not 15, or his teammates will miss him with a kick. Like he got missed with 2 easy kicks from teammates. He got called with another 2 for not 15. So that's like a 110, 115 score. So I'm really happy with the 99 against Carlton as well. He's up at 712k, making some good cash and putting up some good scores. So very happy with Colby there. Angus Clark, 66 was good. Made a little bit of money there as well. He's a guy that will probably go for me just because he's on bye. But yeah, he made another 31k, break even to 35. He's made 230k. I'll probably trade just because he's on the bye this week. And obviously the bus didn't play in this one. Probably surprised he didn't play just against Richmond. I thought they might have given him another game, but not to be. And then all the midfielders mostly did their job. So Andrew Brayshaw, 104, really happy with him. Even though they could have been bigger, but 104, it's a ton at the end of the day. I'll take it. 102 from Nick Dacos. That I'm very happy with that, considering he got the windy tag. Now he goes into West Coast this week. I think he's in for a big game there, so he'll be a very popular VCC this week. The Bont, 120, top scoring of the mid-primos that I've got of the 4 that I had this week. So 120, very happy with that as captain. Like any week you can get one of your sort of top 3 or 4 players as captain, and he was Nasai was ahead of him, Doc was ahead of him, and then Jackson. So 4th highest scoring player of the week. 4th highest scoring player of the week in my team. To get them as captain, pretty happy. Considering there was a few low ones like Cherry and Baz who are pretty popular captains, I'm happy to have got the Bont 120. And he needed to respond after that 50 that he scored the week before. Josh Dagos, 101. Again, fairly happy with that. Again, he's turned up in each of his last 4 and 6 of his last 8. Copped a bit of Ryan Burns' attention, interestingly, in the second half of that game. So that was why he did slow down a fair bit. I was watching it quite closely, thinking, why is he not getting involved? And yeah, a bit of attention from him. So that sucked a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'm happy I got him in, got the ton, and that's really all I can ask for. He's got West Coast this week, so I'm thinking he'll have another good score there. The Doc, Sam Doherty, very happy with that 131. Went up 45k. And yeah, really happy to have him in the team. A few people, Carlton fans particularly frustrated with him as well, thinking that he was there. I think Carlton are a lot worse players than him. I know that I'm looking at just a fantasy score, but even watching the game, I think he was far from their worst. Again, if there's some reason he got dropped, he would obviously be a trade, but I don't think he should be. I think he should definitely be still in the team. So Doc getting it done once again. Very happy with his score. Ned Long, 79. That's slightly underwhelming against St Kilda. Comes up against West Coast this week, so he's got a good run coming up. West Coast, Carlton is a bit tricky, but then Gold Coast, Freo, Richmond. But when I'm looking at him, he's not going to be a top 8 mid. He had that one massive score, but outside of that, he's just been about a 90s guy a lot of the time. Like, that 132 was obviously an amazing score against North, but from round, obviously, since he's been not the sub, he's gone 104, 81, 95, 83, 67, 77, 132, 101, 101, 76. I think he's closer to an 85, 90 player. I don't think he's going to be, obviously, that 100 averaging player like he had been for the previous 3 weeks. So he's someone that I might trade to get aggressive to trade this with. But he does have West Coast, so I could see him putting up a good score here. But he is someone that I am considering potentially moving on early, just because I've got 3 trades. Maybe moving him and someone else on to get a few of these guys out might work. But I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. Zach Johnson, 35. Disappointing from him. The role completely changed from what it was week 4. I think Parrish spent some time off half back as well, but 35. Again, went up 57k, which is great, because obviously had the negative 33 break even, but break even's up at 9. Essendon will get guys like Zach Reed, Jordan Ridley, Mason Redmond, guys like that will all come back post-buy, and they'll all come back into that back line. So Zach Johnson might not be their post-buy, even though he did have a good game against Geelong. Or he could even be the sub, maybe plays a different role. I'm not sure. So he's someone that maybe I don't trade this week if I'm trading rookies, but he's someone that may post-buy if he's not there. I might. He'll be obviously someone I'll be able to cash in. But he's done good. Obviously, some good cash gen. I got him at 289, so I've got well over 100k, which is nice from the rookie. So, yeah, that's all I can ask for, and I'll probably trade him either this week or next week. Miles Berman, 52 as well, was disappointing. Obviously, as I said, seemed like he was sick. That's what Heaney said, and I'm assuming he's talking about Bergman because he's talking about the guy that was tagging him, and that was Bergman. And Bergman also had a sore shoulder. Not a great score, 52. Comes up against Carlton this week. Does he go maybe to a Cripps? But the cash gen's obviously done now with that 50. Break-even's back up at 91. Again, he's someone I might consider just getting aggressive and trading. But, again, I'm not sure if I'll do that or not, but we'll see. Finn O'Sullivan, 59 again. So, again, makes some really good cash. Went up another, 29k, so 30k. But he's had his, essentially, his 4 highest scores in the last 4 weeks. 55, 81, 56, 59. Obviously, he's just getting these 50s right. But his break-even is still fairly low at 35. Probably got a little bit more cash to make. He'll be someone that post-buys I'll probably cash in or go one of these rookies down, like a Johnson down, then Foss up to someone. Like I'm looking at like a Sam Flanders, for example. He's pretty cheap. I wouldn't be opposed to like post-buys going like a Zach Johnson down and Finn O'Sullivan to like a Sam Flanders as my final upgrade, for example. So Boxfield obviously didn't play. He's someone I might trade this week. X 84, poor score, obviously against the dual setup of TDK and Pitney, but he's dropped off a little bit the last 4 weeks. He obviously had that really good stretch around 6 to 10 where he went 116, 122, 121, 116, 155. But last 4 weeks, 86, 111, 93, 84. Comes up into a couple of decent matchups against Hawthorn and the Bulldogs, but yeah, a quiet month for X. And in luxury season, I wouldn't be shocked if people did look at moving on from X, like to an English or a Grundy, because those two guys are smashing at the moment, and X is not putting out great scores. Again, Gawn is putting out good numbers. Marshalls has been all right last few weeks, so but he does have a good run, though. Like, he's got Hawthorn, Bulldogs, which is good. Melbourne, Sydney are a bit trickier, but then goes Geelong, St Kilda, Giants, Richmond, which is great, and then Adelaide to finish off, which isn't great. So, yeah, maybe he's a hold for the remainder of the season. But, yeah, just something that maybe with these other rucks going well, do we think about it in 3-4 weeks' time? Not now. Don't trade him out now. But is he someone in a few weeks' time, luxury trade season, do we move to another ruck? I don't know. We'll see. Ryan Marshall, 105. Decently happy with that as well. Again, ticking over the ton, which is nice. Darcy Cameron's not an easy ruck to score against. Again, he did his usual thing where he gives away 3 free kicks. So in each of his last 5 games, he's given away 3 free kicks or more, which is frustrating. It's really capping off that ceiling. Like, he would be getting 130s, 140s. He wasn't giving away 3 every game. So hopefully he can fix that up. Look decent, even though we did hear the rumours of the talk of him playing with some niggles. But it's got Freo, Hawthorn, Sydney, Geelong in his next 4. So not a bad little run there for Ryan Marshall. And if I'm not mistaken, last year against Freo under the roof at Marvel, he ended up scoring. Well, it's not under the roof at Marvel this time. I think it's at Optus. Yeah, it's at Optus. But against Freo last year, I think he went like a 170 or a 160 something, I think. So if he can put something up like a 130 or something this week, that'd be fantastic. Boyd obviously didn't play. Baz 94, only his second score below a ton this year and only his third score below 112 for the year as well. So a bit of a quieter day for Baz. He did still have the 28 disposals. It was just, only 3 marks, 4 tackles, a couple of free kicks against. Really meant that his score wasn't as big as what it has been. I'm sure he'll bounce back post his bye. Be a good rest up for Baz, who has had that hamstring niggle over the last couple of weeks, but he'll be get the rest and hopefully be good to go post-bye. Nick Munt with the 85, slightly unders, obviously disappointing score. His first score under 100 since round 8, and that's only his third score since his early season by under 100. So he's been fantastic. He's a whole. We're not trading him. He's been fantastic. It's just, disappointing with the score there. He did have a good third quarter, 39 points I think it was, but outside that, it was a bit quiet. I think he had a 6-point 6-point last quarter. I think he had 40 points in the first half. So hopefully post-bye he can get back to work. He's got Gold Coast and Richmond post-bye, so you do not want to miss him for those games. Luke Jackson, as I mentioned before, obviously traded him in this week. Very, very happy with that. Went up 53k along with putting up a pop score. I think Taser said that's only his second score over 120 in his career, or something like that. Or in the games where he's been solo, it's been first, second score over 120, something like that. So it's an interesting stat, but obviously great to own him for that score. I think he's Freo's number 1 ruck moving forward. I think they're making that move now. Even if Darcy comes back in, I think Jackson is the number 1 ruck for them. I don't know why that took away the scores, but anyway, so Jackson, very happy to own him, and he will be a good own, I think, for the remainder of the season. Chad Warner 71, disappointing, obviously low score. The forwards have been really hit and miss this year. Chad Warner's now gone under a ton in 5 of his last 7. They've all those games are under 90, so just not getting some like 95s, low hundreds. It's just been some pretty average scores. I'm hopeful he can get back to some good form. His next month is not too bad, but he's someone that may post-buy his luxury trade season. Him to McRae could make a bit of sense. So that is something that I might consider. Caleb Daniels, 76. Again, cop the Chincotta tag. I'm more bullish on him than I am a Chad Warner. I think he'll be fine. Obviously, not a great score, but he's pretty much gone. He's gone over 75 in every game bar 1 this year, and that was that game against Brisbane down in Hobart. I think he'll be good moving forward. Just that Chincotta tag was surprising to me and everyone else, and I think he'll be fine. Petrarch obviously didn't play. Took the Lohman score of 84. Really happy with Lohman's game. Started off really well, and I thought he played really well as well. Went up 35k. I think I'm probably going to hold him for the time being. Probably hold him on the bench and just, get some more cash gen. Like something I might even do, like even him to Brent Daniels in like a few weeks' time. Might be something I do as my F7. That might be that 23rd primo that I might look at. So that's something that I'll definitely look at doing. And obviously, Auger came on really late, scored 10. I really don't like when debutants are sub. I just don't think it should happen. I think the sub rule obviously is a joke anyway. But yeah, I think that with Auger, he should have started the game, and it's annoying they didn't even come at half-time when they were down by so much. But scored 10, obviously didn't make any money, which I'm not surprised at anyway. I knew that coming in. It was either him or Dolan. I decided to save the 40k and go for Auger, which I think was the right call. But I should have gone for Archer May, who was 245k and made a bit of money. Auger's break-even's up at 47, so he's not going to make really any cash. He's probably just going to be a guy that might come in and out of the team and not make much money. I hope that he sort of holds his spot and they actually give him a bit of a crap because he didn't really have much of a go. Yeah, Archer May went up 51k this week, 296 break in and -10. That was a bad miss by me. I would have been over 24 mil if I'd gone for him. So that sucks, but is what it is, unfortunately. And John Dawson obviously had the week off and had the rest. So that is the team for round 15. That's how we went. As I said, not too bad. Best week in a little bit. Made some few ranks up, but yeah, still haven't had that top 1,000 week that we're really aiming to look for to really rise up the ranks real quick. So that's hopefully what we can do. This week would be fantastic. That would be good to end the buys off and hopefully take that momentum going to the back part of the season. In terms of trades this week, I'm looking at doing Angus Clark to McCarthy's locked in. That's done. That trade, that makes me, 170k or something like that, 167k. That's locked in. Then it just depends what I'm going to do after. So, I've thought about maybe do I go like a Boxall down to a Liddy and then go Bergman up to like a Noah Anderson who I'm keen on? Do I go like a a Zach Johnson down to Liddy and then Foss up to the best I can get to. That might be like a Mills or a Dylan Moore or something like that. And then I can look at trading maybe Chad Warner out the following week. That's obviously another option that I can look at. And then the aggressive play that I've considered is going Clark to McCarthy, then going Bergman and Ned Long to Noah Anderson and Zach Butters. So that's something I'm considering, doing a few sideways shuffles, leaving McCarthy at D6 for the time being, and maybe just getting a bit aggressive, and then I'll look at upgrading that D6 spot if McCarthy puts out a bad score. But if he puts out a good score, maybe I'll roll that for another week or two and use him with a few rooks and loot that spot. So that's what I'm thinking about potentially doing with my trades, but I'll do a bit of a look and see what else I can do if there's any other options that present themselves. Maybe McRae for Chad Warner, if I want to go down that path as well, is another move I can make. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below, guys, how you guys went in round 15. Let me know your score, your round rank, your overall rank, your plus and minus threes for the week. And as I said at the start of the video as well, let me know how you thought I took those shots last night. I'll be interested to see, because I thought I took them quite well, as I said. So, but yeah, also, massive shout to you legends out there. Thank you very much for getting us to 4,000 subscribers on the channel. Your support has been very, very much appreciated this season. It does mean a lot. Obviously, to not only myself, but Guesty, Jordox, Jordy, and Jaiden. Obviously, for you guys always tuning in and showing your support. Like, I'm just getting it up here as well. Like, we hit 3,000 subscribers. It feels like not very long ago at all. I'm actually just trying to find what week and what the date was when we hit the 3,000. But it doesn't feel like it was actually very long ago. Where was it? It was in the preseason. I think it was in the preseason. But still, the fact that we hit that in the preseason was obviously fantastic. There we go. So we hit 3,000 subscribers on the 4th of February. So what is that? March, April, May, June, July. So not even 5 months ago, we were on 3,000 and we're already at 4K. So we appreciate all your support. But now we go to 5,000 subscribers. So halfway to 10K is our next goal. We're at 4,012 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. And also smash a like on the video. As always, it does really help us out. Particularly if we get over 100 likes, it really helps out sort of the videos and algorithms and all that sort of stuff. But we appreciate everyone that likes, subscribes, all that good stuff. I appreciate all of that as well. And if you do want to join our Patreon as well, head over to Patreon at patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. Every Patreon member gets a team review through the Ask Me and Q service. Exclusive Q&As. I record those every Wednesday night. And you get those dropped to you, so you get to answer all the questions in there as well. There's other little bonus bits of content that I'll be dropping in the back half of the year as well. And if you just want to help spice a little bit extra as well, then feel free to join in on our Patreon. Yeah, jump on board. Link is in the description of the video. So anyway, be back tomorrow night for our Q&A, as we always are, 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. per time, so you can also get your questions answered there as well. So we'll try and get to as many of those as we can. But thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll catch you guys tomorrow night for a Q&A. So thanks everyone. Have a good night. See ya.